fine night's work from your team.
Yeah, obviously delighted to get the 3 points. Scrappy first half, but they're full of energy. I watched them, I'd say, against Doncaster, they're full of energy, but we delivered a message to the players, and full credit to them. They delivered in the second half. I thought a large parts of it, I thought they were brilliant. But the key is now putting that into the bigger picture, the full 90 minutes. But teams aren't just going to come here and let us just roll the ball around them. It's not going to happen. We've got to work harder off the football to allow that to happen. But a really good night. Loads of positives, but again, still loads to work on.
What pleased you the most?
Obviously scoring 4 goals, creating chances. I thought in the first half, I thought we didn't pull the trigger, maybe too intricate around the box. But obviously the goals, Nev getting his goal, I thought he worked extremely hard. He's been really good in training, and it was a good finish. It was actually like the one he got at Whitchurch, pretty similar. But I was delighted, and what I'm delighted with is they took the messages on at half time. And it wasn't like we come up with anything really brand new. It was the same messages before the game, but they actually went and executed them with a bit of courage. We just tinkered with how the back players were doing it a little bit. So that's the pleasing thing. They're willing to have a go, the players. They're willing to try and get better as a group, as a collective, and that's what we're aiming for. We won't get too high though.
No, and one thing you could do again is you tinkered with your personnel. I know you lost Conor Thomas to an injury, but you tinkered with your personnel and your selection of your team, and you also tinkered with your system. And again, another pleasing positive that the players adapted to all that.
Yeah, and players playing in different positions as well. Luke stepping into midfield at the end of the game. Shiloh playing as a 10, I think could be a real danger from there. He also has got attributes on the side and up front. But yeah, the information from the formation of playing 3 at the back, we didn't quite execute in the first half, but I thought they were brilliant second half.
One player who settled himself down very quickly, I know he's an experienced player, but it's always difficult when you come into a new club, is Mickey Dimitrio for you, and not only is he defending well for you, he's scoring goals.
Yeah, he's scoring goals, and you said that very nicely as well, Graham, with a bit of a twang.
No,
really good. We've got what we wanted with him. All the feedback from people that have been around him, that's what you get. And yes, he's a good organiser and a good head in the ball and etc. But I think he's really good on the football as well. He's got good technique, and he's a good attribute for us to have. And likewise with the other defenders, it's competition for places though, isn't it? Conor Reedon, I spoke about him the other day. That's what he's got to be ready to do, to come on. He's got to be ready to start on Saturday if we make changes. But no, Mickey settled in really well. He's good with the players, really good. He's not a rant and raver and a screamer at him. He sets high standards by his performances.
Kenny will always keep reminding us that set plays are important. You've scored quite a few goals from set plays, and 3 of the 4 were from set plays as well, and they're important in any football match.
They are really important, even so in League 2 and League 1. They are really important, and we spoke about the percentages we had in terms of converting them. We need to keep that going, because the teams that get promoted have the highest percentage. You know, I'm not saying we're going to win the league and stuff, but
don't get carried away.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying the teams that finish higher up in the league have a higher percentage of conversion rate from set plays, and our delivery's been really, really good. You know, full credit to Kenny for working with the set plays.
Well, let's get back to him. You touched on him briefly. Elliot Nevitt, you brought him into the team. His work rate you can never question. He's been desperate for a goal, and it's been a long time, but it was a well-taken goal. What can that do for him? And you saw what it meant to his rest of his teammates as well, how they congratulated him.
Yeah, well, he's a popular member because of what he brings to the team and the group with his work rate. He does what I ask of a manager in terms of emptying himself on a pitch. I don't think he lacks confidence, but hopefully this takes him on a little run now, and he can get, you know, some goals because his performance have merited goals. The one that sort of ricocheted off him, you think it's just his luck, but he doesn't have setbacks. He doesn't let it bother him. He's really driven in that sense, and I'm really delighted for him. Like you see, everyone was pleased for him, all the players, because he's a popular member in the group.
Encouraging draws against Mansfield and Swindon, backed up now by your first league win.
Yeah, and I said beforehand, Newport are a good team. I watched them against Doncaster, and I thought they were excellent. And like I say, teams aren't just going to come here and roll over and let us just play football. So we had to stick with them, match them in their department, what they're good at. I'm not sure if it was a foul on Harvey or not. Likewise, they were saying in the other box. So, and then I thought the boys again just stepped it up in the second half, and full credit to them, and the praise is all for them tonight.
Just to wrap it up, I know it's early times, but Chris Long, was it just cramp?
Yeah, just cramp. Yeah, cramp. His legs were shaking and everything. And again, I thought he was terrific. His work rate, his demand of the players at half time was brilliant in the right way. He was desperate for the win, getting around the players. But good to have him going even longer in the game in a short space of time, which will hopefully set him up well for Saturday.
Yeah, just looking at that, what's your plan now between now and the weekend?
Glass of wine tonight, and then we'll be off tomorrow. I'll watch the game back, and the boys will be in Thursday for a light session and video work, and we'll be planning tomorrow as staff. Me, Ryan, probably planning for a game plan against Walsall. Yeah,
they've got beaten midweek, but they had a good result last weekend. They'll be like every team that you play, one that you've got to get the best of.
Yeah, and the league's figuring itself out still, isn't it? It's really early, 3 games in, really early. We've got to worry about us and think about us, and I think I said a decent start. I think it's a good start now to the season they've had, if you include the Sunderland performance in that. So delighted for the players. All the praise goes to the players. I thought they were excellent, particularly second half. Played some really good football.